Hi, this is Jimmy Shotwell from Memphis Barbeque Supply, and today we're talking ribs. I mean, if you do barbecue contests or barbecue in general, ribs is what brought you there. It's a classic meat here in the South that we enjoy. Today we've got some Prairie Fresh All Naturals, which I love to cook. Not sponsored, love to cook, and they are a great meaty rib that has a good cook time. So let's open this up, start prepping, and let's get these on the grill. Alrighty, so this one is about 3.5 pounds. They're gonna come somewhere around 3. 4 is gonna be a little bit too large. About 3 pounds is where I shoot for on my ribs typically. What I look for in the packaging, I look to see straight bones all the way across. They're not like all catty cornered, they all look good. I'm not looking for super thick, fat top right there. I want it kind of aerodynamic all the way across. So that's what I kind of look at in the packaging before I open it up. And don't worry if you see all this red liquid, that's not blood, it's water. That's all that is. Don't freak out. So let's pull this bad boy out. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful looking rib right there. Just pat it dry a little bit. And let's go to the back side. Now, you probably see by that shine back there, there's a film on this backside. It's called membrane, and we gotta get that off. If we leave that membrane on, it's gonna be a nice chewy piece of meat. So we wanna make sure we get that membrane off. And there are a couple of different ways to do it. You take a butter knife, take a spoon, get it underneath there, let that edge go up, and then just kind of rip it off. What I like to do is old school method. Just take a corner of a paper towel. And usually when I teach a class, I can usually just grip it and rip it in one style. Let's see if I can still got it. Ready? Grip it and rip it. One shot. Didn't have to do a second take on that one. Beautiful, took the membrane off. We are good to go on that. What I'm gonna do now is just take my paring knife. I'm gonna trim up some of this meat that just doesn't look pretty on the outside. Just trimming up some of this excess fat. And also, there's usually a little small bone at the very end that's usually worthless. I usually cut that one off. If I see anything hanging off on this side, I'll cut that off. And then we go to the top side. Usually fat is your friend. In this case, I don't want a big fat cap or any kind of hard fat. Like you get a little strip right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this off, not much, because I want to save the meat if possible. I'm just gonna take this off, make it nice and even. All the way down. Again, I'm just looking to clean it up a little bit. Anything that's loose, dangly, I don't like. I'm just gonna even it up a little bit. And at home, that is all the trimming I wanna do. Now, if we got another 20 minutes, I could sit here and show you how to competition trim this thing and make it all fancy, but we're not cooking a competition. I'm cooking for the family. This is what I cook at home. This is what I cook for my family. So let's knock out some flavor on that. We got the membrane off. We've got it all trimmed up. Let's add some flavor. So first layer of flavor we'll put on there. Going Boars Night Out White Lightning, just a regular white lightning. And just doing a coat on that backside. Always like working on the backside first. And I'll show you why. If you can, try to make sure you get those edges. And then flip it over and do the top side. The reason I like to do the bottom side first on a rub is now that I'm flipping this over, I wanted the chance of washing that off, with it kind of knocking itself off. So if you do it one side, like the bottom side first, it kind of curves up and you don't have to worry about that wiping off on you. All right, second layer, I'm going over for a Shotwell rub. This is a recipe that I started a long time ago before we opened the store, probably about 10 years before we opened the store. And it's turbinado sugar, cumin, nutmeg, cayenne, black pepper, and a little white pepper. So the heat and it does have some heat, is coming from the black pepper and white pepper. So just kind of rubbing that in a little bit. If you notice, one thing I am not doing that you see a lot of folks do, I'm not putting binding agent on it. The reason being, is I'm going to take this rack of ribs, put it in a bag, put it back in the fridge, and let it sit overnight. The moisture of in the rib is going to hit that salt and kind of make a little paste out of that. And we'll see that here in a minute. But we're hitting this second layer up here on the top. Nice even coat. I'm not going super heavy because when I pull this out of the fridge, I'm going to hit another light layer on them. And you'll see what we're talking about of that paste. The reason I don't need a binder. Now, if I'm cooking these today, like this is Saturday, I'm cooking for Saturday, I haven't had a chance to do any prep. Yeah, binding agent, mustard. I've seen some folks use olive oil. I've even seen some videos of folks using Chick-fil-A sauce. It's up to you what you want to do. Get that end right there. That in. Alrighty. That's easy. That's all the prep. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that in the fridge, let that sit overnight. We're going to pull that out after sitting overnight, and we'll take a look at it. So these ribs have been sitting in the fridge overnight. Let's pull them out. When I talked about not needing a binder, you'll see why. That rub is also turned into a paste on those ribs. So next day, we can come here, take another rub and just put a light layer. Now, like I said, I like to start backside, then do the front side. So just make sure a nice even coat. Flip it over. Nice even coat. Make sure you get the ends and every little nook and cranny. And I notice I didn't put any white lightning on that base rub. All we need is some more Shotwell on top. And we're ready to get these guys on the smoker, a nice little smoke bath going for them. So we got the ribs off. You see that beautiful mahogany color that's on those ribs. It's exactly where we want to be at color-wise. The rub is not loose. It's sticking to it, so you can't rub it off. So that's exactly where we want it to be at. So now we're going to add some more flavor to it. We'll also add some moisture and some sweetness to it. So we're going to put this to the side and get working on our wrap. So use our handy dandy little squeeze bottle again, and we are going to use Heath Riles Butter Bath and Wrap. Typically use brown sugar, honey, kind of whatever you want to when you wrap. This actually has everything in it. When I say everything, it even has sriracha powder. So it's got your sweet, it's got your heat, it's got your butter flavor, everything already in there. So all you gotta do is mix this up with apple juice and then pour it in there. And I love doing this because you can put exactly how much you want to in there. So there's no guesstimation or anything like that. You can put on exactly how much you want to do. So it's a 1/4 cup of this to apple juice. So a 1/4 cup is about 2 ounces-ish. So, get to my measuring side. Almost dead on exactly at 2 ounces. Perfect. Add about 10 to 12 ounces of apple juice. You may want to do some more. That may be too thick. So you can use, I love using this guy because it's got a measuring cup on the side. I can use it for a squeeze bottle. I can use it for a shaker, but go to your local GMC, whatever, and get yourself a little protein shaker with a little metal ball in it. Does you perfectly well. So we're just gonna pour a little bit on here first. We'll take our rack of ribs and we're gonna do it meat side down. And we'll come back. Throw a little bit on the back side. And we're not going to wrap it all the way yet. We're just going to kind of tint it a little bit. boat it almost, if you want to say. And we're going to add some more flavor to it. Rib candy. This is the Peachy Peach Habanero. We'll take a ribbon of this. Throw just a ribbon of that flavor down in there. All right. And that's all we want to do on that. Close her up. Now I like doing 2 layers of tinfoil because those bones on those ribs will poke out and they'll stab right through that first layer, and then all your juices will leak out. So 2 layers, just for safety's sake. I love doing that. So we'll do the exact same thing again. Pour a little ribbon of the butter bath. Put it meat side down. Pour another little ribbon of butter bath. And this time I'll do it this way so y'all can see what I'm doing. With the Peachy Peach. I'm going to boat it. Tighten up the corners. One more time. We got those ribs wrapped. Get those back on the smoker. Let those go for about 2 more hours, and then we'll be eating some ribs, hopefully. All right, so the ribs have been wrapped up in the foil for about 2 hours. We're gonna go out there. I've already checked the tenderness. We look nice and tender, but we're gonna go ahead and pull them off, get them in here, put some sauce on them, double check, make sure we're happy with them, and then we're gonna put them back on the smoker for about 10 to 15 minutes to set that glaze. Once we set that glaze, we can pull them back in here and we can slice them and we can start enjoying some ribs. Alrighty, so we got the ribs off. Let's see how they did. See how tender they are. Oh, I can feel them already. See them jiggle. Almost want to break apart. All right, and always sauce the backside first, kind of like we rub the backside first. And I'm using Blues Hog Championship Blend sauce on this. And it's called Championship Blend because they have won multiple whole hog, rib, and shoulder awards at Memphis MA and different world championships. It's actually a blend of their original Tennessee Red with a little bit of Smoky Mountain into it. That's all I want to do sauce-wise. Like I said, not too heavy, just enough. We smoked them. We wrapped them in a butter bath. Lots of flavor. Now we're going to slice them up. They've rested for about 5 minutes, so we're good to go on that. I'm going to take this one out first because it's a little broken. And I want to see how tender this one is first. So all I'm going to do is take 2 rib bones and break it apart. Take 2 rib bones. Break it apart. Comes apart like butter. You got a little bit of that loin meat still sticking on there, but nice and tender. Oh, that just totally came apart. Okay. Juicy, flavorful, tons of flavor. Now this one I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to do a nice fancy slice on it. So you can take one little rib bone, see what you think. That is what we're talking about. Nice smoke ring on there. Meat holds together, but I bet you if I do this, push it down, yep. Bone comes out. Meat still stays together. Tender. Still firm enough. Some folks want it falling off the bone. This is perfect for me. Still holds together. It's not falling apart on me. It's got some flavor. Let's cut another one off. Let's just slice a couple of these. Nice classic rib. And what the thing is, the rub, the sauce, everything doesn't overpower the meat. The meat by itself, you can still get that beautiful pork flavor out of it. But the bones come out nice and clean. Beautiful, exactly how I want my ribs. So this is Jimmy Shotwell from Memphis Barbeque Supply. If you want your ribs like this, go to mbbqsupply.com. You saw what I used today and cook with. You can order it there or follow us on social media. Thank you for joining us. Have a great time.